I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress which women have achieved. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of a man who rose from the depths of discrimination to right, the foundation of India's democracy, a man who used education, courage, and conviction to challenge centuries of injustice. This is the story of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the visionary who gave India its constitution and gave millions their voice. Welcome to English Passage, where we help you improve your English through inspiring stories, biographies, and more. Let's learn and grow together. Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, widely known as Baba Saheb Ambedkar, was not just a statesman or jurist. He was a visionary revolutionary who redefined the very structure of modern India. As the chief architect of the Indian Constitution, a relentless social reformer, and the voice of the oppressed, his life was dedicated to the cause of liberty, equality, and justice. At a time when millions suffered under the burden of caste oppression, Baba Saheb emerged as a force of intellectual strength and moral courage. He didn't just fight for independence from colonialism, he fought for freedom from centuries of social injustice. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was born on 14th April 1891 in Mho, in the central provinces of British India, now in Madhya Pradesh, into a family from the Mahar caste, which was considered untouchable. Despite being a brilliant student, he was forced to sit outside classrooms, denied access to water, and subjected to deep humiliation solely because of his caste. These early experiences forged in him an unbreakable resolve to fight against discrimination, not with violence or anger, but with education, intellect, and the law. Ambedkar's brilliance could not be contained. With scholarships from the Maharaja of Baroda, he pursued higher studies abroad, Columbia University, USA, where he earned his master's and doctorate in economics, London School of Economics, where he earned another doctorate, Gray's Inn, London, where he qualified as a barrister. He returned to India as one of the most educated Indians of his generation, yet the shadow of untouchability followed him home. But instead of turning away, he turned it into a mission to transform the very foundation of Indian society. Baba Saheb Ambedkar became the strongest voice against the caste system in India. He believed that no political democracy could survive if it rested on a foundation of social and economic inequality. He led several pivotal movements, including Mahat Satyagraha, 1927, asserting the right of Dalits to draw water from public tanks; Kalram Temple Entry Movement, protesting the exclusion of Dalits from Hindu temples; publicly burning the Manusmriti, a Hindu text he believed perpetuated caste-based discrimination. He firmly argued that the caste system was not just a social evil, but a denial of human dignity. Through powerful writings like Annihilation of Caste, The Problem of the Rupee, and the Buddha and his Dhamma, Ambedkar not only critiqued traditional systems, but proposed modern, rational alternatives grounded in justice and compassion. In post-independence India, Dr. Ambedkar played a historic role. In 1947, when India gained independence, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru invited Ambedkar to serve as the first Law Minister of India and, more importantly, as the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution. Despite resistance from conservative forces, Ambedkar drafted a constitution that abolished untouchability, Article 17, ensured fundamental rights to all citizens, regardless of caste, creed, or religion, introduced affirmative action, reservations for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes, empowered women with equal legal rights, enshrined principles of democracy, secularism, and federalism. Ambedkar saw the Constitution as a living document, not just a legal charter, but a moral contract to uphold human dignity. His words in the Constituent Assembly resonate even today. Political democracy cannot last unless there lies at the base of its social democracy. Though widely remembered for his legal and social work, Ambedkar was also a pioneering economist. Long before modern economists addressed poverty, labor rights, and land reform, Ambedkar was writing about them with precision. He advocated land reforms, industrialization, and fair labor practices. As the first finance minister of the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, he laid the foundation for India's monetary policy. He proposed state ownership of agricultural land, collective farming, and water resource management, anticipating debates that are still relevant today. Ambedkar saw economic justice as inseparable from social reform, arguing that democracy without equality of opportunity is hollow. Disillusioned by the failure of Hindu reform to address caste discrimination, Ambedkar made a momentous decision. On 14th October 1956, in Nagpur, in front of nearly 500,000 followers, he converted to Buddhism, the religion of equality, compassion, and reason. He declared, "I was born a Hindu, but I will not die Hindu." This was not just a personal decision, it was a collective liberation for millions of Dalits. Ambedkar embraced Navaina Buddhism, and his final work, The Buddha and His Dhamma, remains a spiritual guide for many even today. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar passed away on 6 December 1956, shortly after leading a historic mass conversion to Buddhism, marking not just a spiritual shift, but a revolutionary act of liberation for millions of oppressed people. His passing left a deep void in the hearts of countless Indians, especially among Dalits, for whom he had become a symbol of hope, dignity, and empowerment. But his legacy did not end with his life, it only grew stronger with time. Today, Dr. Ambedkar's influence permeates every layer of Indian society and global human rights discourse. He is revered not just as the father of the Indian Constitution, but also as a visionary social reformer, scholar, and humanitarian whose thoughts remain profoundly relevant. In India, his legacy lives on through the Indian Constitution, often referred to as a living document that continues to guide the world's largest democracy. Legal and educational reforms, especially affirmative action, reservations, which open doors for historically marginalized communities. The Dalit Buddhist movement, which reshaped identity and dignity for millions seeking spiritual and social freedom. Public institutions, including Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Ambedkar International Center, and countless schools, libraries, and statues in his honor. Ambedkar Jayanti, 14th April, celebrated nationwide, drawing millions into discussions on social equality and justice. His global impact. In 2020, Time magazine listed him among the 100 most influential people of the 20th century, recognizing his contribution to democracy and civil rights. His writings are studied in leading global universities, including Columbia University, where a dedicated memorial commemorates his legacy. Social justice activists and human rights organizations worldwide draw inspiration from Ambedkar's insistence on dignity, rights, and equality for all. He is increasingly cited in global discourses on race, caste, and systemic oppression, earning comparisons to figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela. Cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar's life and work transcend borders. He was not only a Dalit icon or Indian leader, but a global symbol of resistance and resilience. He stood for the voiceless. He challenged the powerful. And he gave an entire generation, and the ones after, the tools to fight for justice through education, legal empowerment, and moral courage. Even today, his portrait hangs in courtrooms, government offices, and classrooms across India, not as a decoration, but as a reminder the fight for equality never ends. Thank you for listening to this inspiring story. We hope you found this content inspiring and helpful in your English learning journey. If this video inspired you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with others. Let us not just remember him in books and statues, but in our actions, our systems, and our commitment to building a society where no one is left behind. Until next time, keep learning, stay inspired, and remember, be educated, be organized, and be agitated. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.